up, Force fam? Star Wars Dad back for another video. Today we're going to be taking another look at Tobias Red with some updates after a couple weeks of playtesting this sweet leader. Before we get into today's video, as always, make sure to like and subscribe, as it really does help me push out the content. Please make sure to check out the Patreon and the Discord. Any further updates to these lists that I do on these videos will be on the Patreon, where I post new deck lists every day, as well as work with Patreon members every day on their deck lists and different ideas and different discussions throughout Patreon and Discord. So definitely check that out if you want to get more exclusive content from me. Make sure to sign up for the 8,000 subscriber giveaway, where I'll be giving away the Cassian Andor Showcase. And then for today's video, I'll be giving away a Hyperspace Foil Kersantin, which is one of my favorite cards from this deck and wins me games all the time. To one lucky winner in the comments. And let me know what leader you are most excited to play post-rotation. Tobias Beckett is definitely one of my favorite leaders. What I've been having fun with this deck is just figuring it out, because it's one of those decks that has such strong potential, but it is not the easiest deck to master and to figure out. And I've actually been working with some guys on the Discord trying to figure this one out. And there's one guy in particular, Terror Shard, who's been really, really helpful in testing and deck ideas and card ideas. And so he's been really working with me on this one. So this is kind of where we ended up in this list. Mine's like a slightly different variation than his. I think the difference is that he plays 1 Mando and 2 Finn and then 2 Beguile. I'm playing 51 cards, but I just could not find a card that I wanted to cut, and I really like having the 3 Beguile. Mandalorian for me has been meh in here. Like, it's nice in certain situations to have a shielded unit that draws you a card, and then it's like, you know, kind of sticky. But I think the problem that I've had with Mandalorian is that its immediate effect is not as strong as Finn's, where I'm ambushing in and putting a shield on something. So a lot of times with Finn, I'm putting a shield on one of my Sentinels, like Droid Laser, Two-Faced, Bith Brute, or even Stolen AT Hauler, which is huge in a lot of games. And that's just really impactful, plus removing one of their Sentinels or just removing a leader or a threat. So Finn has just been very impactful. And then Finn, you know, if Finn survives and I have a Sentinel on the ground with a shield, then Finn becomes sticky, just like Mandalorian would be, essentially, right? So for me, that's the card that I've chosen to play 3 of, just to be consistent. Oftentimes on the deploy turn, I'm using Finn to just remove something, clear out a Sentinel, put a shield on something, you know, one of those options depending on the matchup. So with this deck, like I said, it's been very difficult to master this deck. This is a very unique leader, and I've really enjoyed trying to figure this one out. So kind of where we've ended up with this deck is being as aggressive as possible. I think if aggressive negotiations gets the hammer, I think this deck can still survive, but I think it'll just have to adjust to how things shape. But I think it is adjustable, and that's what I like about it. I don't think it'll just die off like some of these other decks will die off when aggressive negotiations, or if it gets the hammer, which I think it will, but we'll see. So we're playing the 3 Chio Fane, of course, just a amazing card. We're in a Chio Fane meta. So many decks are playing that card on turn 1, want to draw cards. So, of course, we're doing the same thing. It helps us to draw cards, to build up our hand for aggressive negotiations. And it's just a solid 2/4 unit. Emissary has been very, very good in here. We want to be in space a lot of times on turn 1 to take out their threats, potentially, depending on what we're playing against. Also, just to pivot and stay away from the ground Sentinels. As I've mentioned in a few videos, like, there are so many good ground Sentinels. I can post them here all on the screen. There's like a ridiculously good amount of ground Sentinels. I run into about anywhere from 6 to 8 of them on a regular basis. I mean, Obi-Wan, Chirrut, Qui-Gon, Sintakaz, of course, Captain Typho, even Lando. I mean, there's others, but it's just a lot. So we want to be in space a little bit. I've definitely contemplated putting more space units in this deck, but the colors that we have, there's just not that many good options. I think your best options, there's like a 4-cost 4/4 Saboteur unit, which is like meh. And then there's Broken Horn, which is also meh, because we're not really going to be down on resources or less cards because we draw with Beckett when we play it. So it's not really giving us any benefit other than being a 5/4. So that card's also just not that great. In that slot, that kind of flex slot, we have 2 copies of Hona, which has been important in kind of keeping our health at a decent spot main board. 3 Outer Rim Constable is just very important for removing shields, removing things that make cards sentinels, for killing pilot leaders. Just very important in here. We don't really want to see that on turn 1, but sometimes it's, all we have. 3 Val's very, very strong in here. Oftentimes we don't really want to play Val unless we have like a ground sentinel, like a turret or a Bith Brute, or even a two-faced Triog. Then we might want to play Val to put a shield on one of those, but a lot of times we're not playing it till the deploy turn so that we can just immediately give it to our opponent and kill it, so that we can give a shield to Beckett, so that Beckett can have a shield and have sudden ferocity and just become a very difficult card to deal with. 3 Warrior Clan, just another, we're pushing damage in this deck. So Warrior Clan is just one of our better starts because we just want to push damage as much as we can. And if we give them that card at some point and let's say they're able to attack in with it on the Beckett turn, for example, and they're not playing red, then they're going to do 2 damage to themselves. So that's just another way for us to continue to push damage. Let's say we want to get to Kersantin, so we have to give them Warrior Clan and something else on the deploy turn. Then, that's one of the benefits of it. Sometimes it hurts us, but with the addition of Hona in here, it hasn't been hurting me as much. But that is the downside, because we don't play a ton of red cards. A couple Bith Brute has Saboteur. That definitely comes in handy, and that's really the main reason it's in here. I mean, the Sentinel part is nice for sure, and the fact that we can put shields on it sometimes with Finn and Val. But the Saboteur in particular, sometimes I've played games where I've put a shield on it with the Saboteur, and then it's been a great aggressive negotiations target. Saboteur is so important right now on the ground because of all these Sentinels. 2 Droid Laser Target, that card's just annoying. I mean, obviously it's not going to be as good against decks like Talzin or Aura. Of course, it's those decks, it's not good at all. But against other decks, it's very hard to deal with, especially if we continuously put shields on it with Finn and Val. And that's just been really nice. Couple Galen Urso. Galen Urso is going to be in here again because of all these ground sentinels, specifically Obi-Wan Vergence. That's a deck that plays a ton of sentinels on the ground, and Galen Urso is a way for us to get around that. We just immediately give that to them. If we don't need Saboteur, we can just kill it when we deploy, which is nice. But most of the time in that matchup, we're going to need it. If it's all we have to play on other matchups, it's just an easy card to kill. Or, if we're not worried about sentinels. Stolen AT Hauler obviously is one of the best cards in here, if not the best card. We have so many ways to get it back if it gets defeated and taken. So it's basically, there's no downside in here. It's kind of like Kazuda. Like, we don't really have a downside for that card in here. Just one of our best cards. And then as the game goes on, it becomes one of our better targets for aggressive negotiations because there's not really a lot of great space sentinels. One of the best plays we can make with AT Hauler, and I think I made it. I know I made it for sure one time in here. One of our best plays is to attack in with that card on the 5 resource turn, then give it to our opponent, go to 6 resources, then deploy Beckett and kill it so that we can now play it for free. Then we play Rhydonium Detonation, wipe their board if they've started to amass like a big board like Queen Amidala board, or just a board that's like all over the place in space and on the ground, or just all over the place on the ground in particular. We completely wipe their board. If they have their leader out, most of the leaders that are at 5 are not really a problem for us. Beckett's going to survive. So we're basically clearing their entire board. If they have their leader out, that they get to keep their leader. Then we get to replay Hauler for free. So we wipe the board, play Hauler for free, and attack him with Tobias Beckett. So that's one of our best plays. That play is going to save us and win us games. That is such a strong play in here. The two-face Triog, a lot of times we're just using it as a sentinel because the meta is very aggressive right now, and aggressive negotiations is everywhere. It feels very narrow, and to be honest, it's not enjoyable in a lot of ways. I really am not a fan of how it's shaping up. All these decks are just built around aggressive negotiations, and in your gameplay, you're constantly thinking, are they going to have aggressive negotiation, and just not. There's some decks that are out there that are built around that card, and they just seem really boring to me. And I don't know. I think things would be a lot more interesting without that card. I mean, we're regularly swinging in for 15 damage in this deck with Kersantin or Finn even. So 3 Beguile. Beguile is very important. A lot of times we're using that card So occasionally we're using it on turn 2 if they like play a huge upgrade or something that we don't want to deal with. Most of the time we're not using it till the deploy turn. So we're doing something like kill a Val, play a sudden ferocity, put a shield on Beckett with a sudden ferocity. So a 7/6 shielded leader, and then playing a beguile to get rid of a sentinel or a threat, so that we're swinging in for 7 damage with a shielded leader. So that's where it's really, really strong. And then as the game goes on, we just kind of using it to clear out sentinels. And we definitely have the benefit of a lot of resources in here at times, especially if we use Triog. Another really cool play you can do with the Two-Faced is, let's say you're needing to get in for additional damage. You can use Two-Faced Triog, give them the Triog to have a sentinel for you to attack into, and then gain 2 credits, then play Chrysanthemum and attack in for 3 damage with Overwhelm. So that's a really cool play. Sudden Ferocity, of course, is just a must at 3 in here. You want that on Beckett, you want that on Hauler, especially if Hauler has a shield on it from like a card like Rio Durant or Val. So many ways to play shields on here. So much fun. The shields are very good in this deck. Couple Hona for just subtle restore. Also swings in for 5. That's no slouch, so it can clear out sentinels for us before Beckett gets out, which is really nice. So we can use Hona on the turn Beckett gets out to clear out a sentinel so that Beckett can swing in for 7. Also just to gain 2 life. Rio Durant is amazing. When I first started playing this card, when I was initially testing this deck, I didn't like it that much, but it's because I wasn't playing it correctly. This deck takes a lot of play testing. Rio Durant is so good for our sentinels, like it, especially like Droid Laser. I mean, even the Triog or occasionally Bith Brute, if they can take a hit, we play Rio Durant, bring them back as a shielded sentinel on the battlefield. Then, of course, we're using it for Hauler all the time to get Hauler back whenever Hauler dies. 3 Finn. Finn has just been amazing in here. Like I said, the ambush to clear out sentinels, take out leaders, put a shield on all of our units that are non-unique. Couple Blade Wing is another card that clears out sentinels so that we can get in for damage if they play like a big sentinel. An example would be if they play like a Captain Rex on the ground to get in the way of Tobias, right? And Tobias doesn't have a shield on it. We can just drop a Blade Wing and get that off the board, and then path is clear for Tobias. So Blade Wing's still very important in here. Rhydonium has just been amazing. That card is so good, especially if we have Beckett out. If we don't have Beckett out, it's kind of like just a reset. But that deploy turn, Rhydonium definitely can be really impactful and just swing the game in our favor. 3rd copy is in the sideboard for the matchups where really, really want to find that on the deploy turn. And then 3 Chrysanthemum. We definitely want 3 in here. We want to be able to close out the game. We're pushing damage in here as quick as we can. Chrysanthemum is the card that we can get to on the deploy turn very easily. And it's, a way for us in combination with Beckett to just push for a ton of damage. A lot of times what I'm doing, though, is maybe waiting a turn on Chrysanthemum and going like I said, Sudden Ferocity plus Beguile, or Sudden Ferocity plus Droid Laser Target, something like that, or Sudden Ferocity plus another Hauler, and then waiting a turn to play Chrysanthemum to clear out a sentinel because we're expecting sentinels. Like, sentinels are everywhere. Galen Urso has been incredibly important in testing to have a way to get around these sentinels. 3rd copy of that is in the sideboard. Then we have a couple Tree Remembers, couple Lost Forgotten, couple Hyperspace Disaster, and a couple Luke Skywalker. Tree Remembers is going to be very important against pilot decks, specifically Lost and Forgotten, a way to gain life, deal with big threats. Hyperspace Disaster for space aggro, and then Luke Skywalker for me is a card I just really like in here, but I don't think it's main board worthy. I do think if Aggressive Negotiations goes, then Luke might be a card we consider in the main board. But the reason I still have it in the 60 for now is that those grindy games, it just gives us another closer. So it's, either it comes in ready or we do 5 damage to something. So it just kind of gives us another big threat. It's a strong target for Aggressive Negotiations. It's a good Sudden Ferocity target even to get up to 12 damage. I mean, just gives us another big threat, which this deck can sometimes lack because you're essentially using Tobias, your 4 powered units like Hauler and Bith Brute and Hona and Finn, and then Chrysanthemum. So it gives us another threat. But yeah, this is kind of where the list is at. It feels really good. Give it a test yourself, but I think don't don't get disappointed if you don't do well with it right away. It takes a ton of testing. This is not an easy deck to play. You really have to play it over and over again to get the lines of play and understand the sequencing and when to give units. You're not giving away units a lot unless you're playing like a slower matchup. I would also say that this deck is very much high risk, high reward early on in testing. In other words, there's some really high rewards if you learn how to play this deck, but it's also high risk in the fact that this deck really can punish you if you make misplays, which it's very easy to make misplays early on in testing. So it's really for a player that can push through the initial frustrations, misunderstandings of what to do, and the losses that you're going to experience. It's one of those decks that I really enjoy the challenge of trying to figure it out. And it's been one of those decks that I just haven't been able to get off my mind the last 2 weeks. So that's why I wanted to do another video on it. But once you start to figure this deck out and get the lines of play down, it is a ton of fun to play this deck. It has real potential in this meta. I do think it benefits the player, the higher skill players, or just the players that put in the work and get, become an expert at this deck. It's definitely a deck you need to become an expert at to be successful with. But without further ado, let's get into some of these games so I can show you some of these lines of play. Early on in the games, I'm testing different lists and different variations of this list. So you might see like Luke Skywalker or Contracted Hunter, which is another card that I had in here for a while. But because we are trying to push more damage, Contracted Hunter doesn't stay on the board. I even tried to keep it at like 2, but honestly, Galen Erso took that spot because Galen Erso is just more important right now in the meta with all these Sentinels. So some games so I can kind of show you. But as the games go on, you'll kind of see this deck evolve and kind of where this list is at. So, all right, we're going to go Emissary into Bith, I guess. Sudden Ferocity, and then... I mean, Rio's good if Bith's able to survive. I doubt Bith survives, though. Blade Wing's going to be good. Yeah, I'm just betting that Bith's not going to survive. And that we find something else to play on turn 3. Blade Wing and Finn are going to be good, so... Go here. Hauler is good. Let's just stay up in space. I think that's where we're going. Okay, we take 3, because it's not a bounty hunter. We're just lane dodging, and I don't think we need another Bith. Axe Forgets could be useful right here, potentially. We could play Bith to block. Or just, I don't really want to Axe Forgets that card. So, if he kills it, he gets a resource. I don't know. Let's just push. We're at 8, he's at 9. There's a card. We could totally Axe Forgets that card. Spith's not doing much. Again, we don't want to give them resources. We could give them Emissary. They could attack into our Hauler with it, which is silly, but let's just try it. At least slows things down a bit. We're just keeping the fins at this point. Okay, yeah, he did that. That's fine. That's actually fine. That's kind of, it was kind of like a bait play, right? We're just pushing damage. He gets Boba here. We can play Finn. Okay, that's cool. Play Finn to kill this. Take 3. Do we have a ferocity? We do have a ferocity, which is pretty good. Gets us to 7. Can't play anything else because I didn't put the low bot. Maybe in retrospect, it would have been good to keep the low bot. So we're almost at game. I think we just go... I mean, does it matter? I really want the sudden ferocity. So if we go Finn, we can infer 4. 7 is definitely better. So let's go there. Yeah. Draw a card. We did not draw anything that we can play with our 1 card. Okay. He could have aggressive negotiations. Is it enough? Say he keeps his next 2 cards. He has 6. He swings in for 10. It's not enough. Pass. Oh, we got to play this, yeah. And pass. Okay. It's close, but not enough. Good game. Yeah. Just a race. Stay in space. All right. Ferocity. And I don't see that. Yeah. See us just going Val into Holler, I think. Val's not the best start. I definitely wanted an emissary against them just to kind of put pressure on their space units, but what are you going to do? Holler's pretty solid. I mean, that card can't attack unless it gets on Kazuda. Axe Forgets isn't bad. Bleedwing's not bad. Oop. Okay. Let's get him for 2. Oh, he can give it, yeah, he can give it a, that's right, Kazuda's ability, I forgot. That's why that card's so good. He gets to do the ability and attack in. If he puts an upgrade on it right away, we're just going to Axe Forget it. Let's, okay. Go there. We might still Axe Forgets next turn. Ogdu Bogdu is a card. Outer Rim Console is going to be pretty important, especially because he flips this turn. Do we want to Axe Forgets the spaceship? Maybe. Or Axe Forgets Ogdu Bogdu. I think that's better, right? Send that back. Not worried about the spaceship. We have Outer Rim Console for him. He's going face, okay. Go there. We're going to give him Val. Okay, he's playing Jam Communications. He got rid of Rhydonium, okay. Gets to look at our hand, which is nice. Can take Val. He's going Kazuda on the ground, or Kazuda's what, a 2/5? Yeah. He is going Kazuda on the ground, which is very interesting. Okay, let's go Outer Rim. Okay. Is he playing defense, killing console, or is he doing that? Okay. Lobot's not bad. I'm trying to think here. Like, Contracted Hunter and Lobot aren't bad. Because we can kill something. Yeah, so let's go Lobot. Just got to attack him with Kazuda first. Into Lobot. Then we can Contracted Hunter to finish off Ogdu Bogdu. Okay. So, yeah. So he did that. So we're going to go here first. Trying to keep putting pressure. Okay. He killed that with Val. Okay, that's fine. Go Hauler. Okay, he attacked there. That's fine. Let's go ahead and give him the Hauler. Trying to think if he has anything cute he can do to keep our Hauler. Pounce, okay, wow. Attack for +4, oh, that was cute. So, 1, 2. We could send back Rio with a shield. That doesn't really make sense. We can play Finn and kill it, which is good. I think that's what we want to do, actually. Yeah, because we don't want to deal with any more Bogdus. Because he's at a place now where he can just about kill. We're going to play that for free. We're going to be at 19. Finn kills Kazuda. He can still attack him with Bogdu for 9. Put a shield on Hauler. Keep Finn alive. Ogdu's still a threat. There's no way to kill Ogdu with Beckett since we have 7. Contracted Hunter, I guess. We could do Contracted Hunter plus Rio, but that doesn't really make sense. It does let us kill Bogdu, but that doesn't do anything for us. I think we have to kill... Bogdu, right? And then put a shield on Hauler. Then we attack him for 4. Pass. Another Finn is good. I mean, do we have enough here? What are we swinging it for? 7, 4? We're just keeping it? Yeah. It's a close one. Another close one. 2. 22. Aggressive negotiations. What is that card? Attack with a creature. Yeah, there's no more creatures out here, so. Now we have lethal. We could have Han or something, but yeah. Good game. Alright, we got Chio. Yeah. Ferocity is an easy choice. And I would say probably get rid of that for right now. Okay, that's a card. Need 2 of those, I don't think. Let's just go here and see what happens. Droid laser target's not bad. Okay, let's go there. Flame. Trying to put pressure on them. Another Ferocity is good. Resource here. Sort of overwhelmed, no. Each enemy base, okay. Get it for 2. Okay, we want to beguile that for sure. Get that out of here. You can play it next turn, but that's fine. You can kill Chio. It's fine. As long as it's not going to our face. Val's a good card here. He could kill it right away, though. Emissary is not bad. We're just beguiling here. Plus a card. I mean, Triog's not bad. So we give him the Triog. Get some resources going. We're at 4. Oh, we're definitely sending that back to his hand. All right, deploying, killing, going to... Done. No, can't play Sudden Ferocity. We're at 2. Chrysanthemum's the card we're trying to find now. We could go wide here, but I guess Emissary is a card that, like, at least avoids that. Then we play Mando next turn. Not mad about that, I guess. Okay, Sentinel's not bad. I don't think we need... Could go Sentinel plus Warrior. Do you need 2 Mandos? I don't think we need... Just trying to keep pushing pressure as much as we can. Okay, he's going face. We shall go face. What did he do? He just... Oh, he did his little thing. Okay, let's play... Okay, Mando. Pass. Don't need that. There's Aggressive Negotiations, which is a card. If he doesn't have Sentinel immediately or doesn't flip Kylo, then we have a chance. Okay, he flipped Kylo, which makes sense. Yeah, Kylo's coming in hot. Could pay Blith, Droid Laser, Bith Brute, which I'm not mad about. Aggressive Negotiations gets us in for 7, which is not enough. So close. Would have been enough if we had Mando. I feel like we play Droid Laser, attack with Emissary, and then lay down Bith Brute. Is that right? Wish we had a Val so we could put another shield on it. Oh, we could play Rio, right? So he has to attack into it twice. That's... How good is that, though? We could have used Mando to kill that, but I don't see him. No, we can't do that. I'm sorry. Kylo. So Rio gets us another 2 attacks. So he can kill it with Anakin. Bith Brute is the card that helps us win. But he's still going to attack in for 13 damage. So there's nothing we could do here. So let's just do this. He has to attack it twice now. How close? How much damage do we need? We need 9, so we need 7. Plus 5 gets us to 7. What's happening? So he has something. So we need 9 damage now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So close, man. I need like 1 more turn. Okay, that... It's just... Another ground sentinel and Bith. I mean, Bith is a card. So we play Bith plus 3 plus what? Let's try that and see what happens. He needs like overwhelm. Okay, he played no glory on our sentinel. Okay. So we can play. He's still got that giant sentinel. He's swinging in for what? 922. He doesn't have lethal unless he has another upgrade. So we played Bith. Could have attacked him with Rio there. Okay. So now we're in lethal range with Emissary. We have 5 resources. Go to 20. Okay, go to 15. Shoot. So we have... and then we just claim and hope he doesn't have remove for Emissary? Is that right? Yeah, because we can't do anything else. Playing a warrior is bad. Yeah. Tight. We just have to hope he doesn't... Yeah. Yeah, good game, good game. All right, we're going to keep... We can go Emissary into Hauler. Just going to try to stay away from... things. Yeah, I don't think we want this card. Okay. Ouch. Just to name a card. Is he gonna name Stolen AT Hauler? At least we have the turret, I guess. Yeah. What did he name? Val, okay. That's fine. Interesting. Okay, there's a ferocity. Real Durant's good, so we can get the Hauler back in case we're able to play it here. Unless he doesn't have another Garandan. Okay. And he's great. So he gets to discard Hauler. No, he did not. He went for the Rio, which is odd. Okay. Don't want to beguile that. Probably just playing Droid Laser here. Are we playing like a discard? I think we're playing the discard version of this deck. It's kind of ruthless. But the good thing is we draw a lot of cards in this deck, so... I mean, right, all we're trying to do right now is just get some attacks in. We have a sudden ferocity too, right? So that's definitely going to be our game plan for next turn. Okay. Let's get in for damage first. He could Garandan us and get our Hauler, I guess. Yeah. Yep. He can Garandan, but now he doesn't know exactly what we have. Maybe aggressive negotiations he takes. Okay, what does that do? Not worried about that. All right, getting in for 4. Going ferocity, beguile, or ferocity droid, or ferocity aggressive negotiations here. One of the two. Okay, he's taking aggressive negotiations, I'm guessing. Yeah. Get in for 2. He can send Garandan back. Because Garandan gets to look at our hand too, right? Yeah. The Garandan shenanigans are insane in here. Okay. Could beguile that. I don't think we should this turn, though. I think we play Droid Laser. Then we give Emissary away. Then we deploy Beckett. Place under velocity. Okay, then we play turret. Cancel. Wait, where we're at? 6 credits. I think I did that wrong, but yeah, I definitely did because I was trying to get to Kersantin. So I don't think we're gonna play turret. Are we? Maybe we are, yeah. Just trying to get as much as we can. Okay, that's not bad. Rhydonium. Does Rhydonium make sense for us? We're just playing Mando here. There's a world where we might use Rhydonium. He's got to find a ground sentinel because the biggest threat right now is Tobias. What did he do? He sent... Okay, Okay, that's fine. Go for 7. Go for 2. Sudden ferocity is not bad. Okay, get a Boba here, and Boba would kill Tobias. Which is probably what he's doing. That's what I would do. But then I play Mando. Okay, what does that do? Yeah. So what we're gonna do is take this out, play Mando. So we have 2 different ways. Okay. So let's get rid of Chio. We still want to get to Kersan potentially to close this game out. Okay, Qui-Gon. It's not going to do it because we have aggressive negotiations. And good game. All right. We're going Emissary into Contracted Hunter, I guess. Clan's not bad. I like the idea of the Constable just in case. Just as utility. I mean, do we just claim here and play Contracted Hunter? Yeah, I think so. Since we didn't have the initiative. I want to stay in space as much as I can. He is not playing the Vergence Temple, so that's something to keep in mind. Didn't realize that right off the gate. So maybe that's not as important. I'm just going to go Holler here plus a 2-drop. Well, yeah, just go in space. Rhydonium could be really good against them. Which we could do this turn, which is probably what we're doing. So we take 3, attack in for 4. Okay, attack in. Yeah, we're definitely Rhydonium. Okay, we're gonna give him the hauler. And this is our best play into this matchup, honestly. Okay. Then we deploy Tobias. Defeat the hauler. Pass on that right now. Then we play Rhydonium. We can return that to our hand, sure. Yep. Then we can play the hauler for free. Then they spend next turn trying to rebuild their board, playing a sentinel, something like that. They're probably going to keep the queen. Okay, he has the force. We don't care. Alright, we play that for free. Pass. Don't need emissary anymore. Finn's pretty good here. Yeah, we're just gonna take that out. Give that a shield. Okay, go in for 4. We're doing it. Rhydonium is so good. Rhydonium is so good in this into this matchup that there's aggressive negotiations too. So do we have lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, yeah. So we're stopping at 6. He's got to find Sentinel. Okay, he did gain a life. That's a card. Go here. So, because he plays ground sentinels, he has to find a way for hauler. Put him in a position where he has to play removal now. He does not have removal, so we just win. Yeah, that's how you win this matchup is Rhydonium. So it's like, it's so good into a lot of decks that it's almost worth having 3 copies. I think that's kind of where I'm at with this deck, is that I want 3 copies of Rhydonium. It's saved me so many times, especially when you get it like this on curve. And I think there's a lot of games where you're going to want it when you flip, especially if you have the hauler play, which is just disgusting when you're able to pull that off. Like, that's the best play. That's one of the best lines of play in this deck, is like attack him with hauler, give it to him, deploy, kill hauler, play Rhydonium, replay hauler after you have an empty board. It's disgusting. Right. Because we have Rhydonium, I'm keeping this hand. So we're going to get rid of 1. One Bis, 1 Rhydonium, 1 Finn, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Bith is not bad. Guile's not bad. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. See what he does here. It's a race. Okay. Collateral damage. 1, sure. Just play Bith, yeah. Pass. Don't think we want that this game. Okay, yeah, he kills it, sure. Okay, yeah. Sure. Go in, he kills it, takes the damage to base. Let's play another Bith. Pass. Don't need 2 Rios. Okay, take 3. Never mind, he no gloried, okay. Let's just probably play droid, give him droid. Why would we do that? Yeah, so that we can get more resources, okay. And then get into Rhydonium. Right? Yes. So we're going to take 5 more damage, though, because of that. Is that worth it? I don't know. I don't think so. Wish we had a 2-drop here. That would have been nice. Yeah, taking 5 damage does not make sense. So we play droid, give him droid, kill droid. Wait. And then, so we'd only take 3. I'm sorry. I am tired. I am tired, dude. I totally messed up there. Okay. So we're playing droid, taking 3, giving him droid. Killing droid. Then we're playing with Guile. Sending that back. Attacking it for 4. Okay, that's what we wanted to do. Don't need this card, I don't think. Okay, he's at 6. We're about to be at Kersantin is another thing to consider here. Okay. Take 1 here. Oh, he's undoing. Okay. Okay, he's going Boba first. Okay, get in for 4. Doesn't have Cinta. So we're just going to play Kersantin. Okay. He killed it. Let's get Holler down. Claim. Don't think we want Chio. We're going Kersantin. Interesting. Okay, going 4. Okay. Yeah, he's got to find a way to deal, and we got another Kersantin. Kersantin. Okay, that's fine. Go 4. He claimed the initiative again? Oh, well, that's... Good game. Kersantin. I guess he was just trying to find an answer. All right, we got Emissary into Droid. Okay. So we're getting rid of Sudden Ferocity and Chio. I don't want to give them extra cards. We might play Kersantin to clear out or finish them off. So I'm going to hold on to that. Droid's going to be solid, especially with Val. Can just put another shield on it. Sudden Ferocity is good. Want to go space first because they're very much going to be on the ground. Okay. Oh, wow. Isn't that exciting? They have the perfect draw. Hopefully they don't have a 5-drop spaceship that can kill Emissary, I guess. I don't think they would. Okay. Beguile's an option, I think, here. Depending on what he does. Like if he spends his turn playing a big drop, then maybe we play Beguile. Because he's not doing any damage to us because we don't have a unit. Like I said, unless he plays a 5-drop spaceship that I've not seen Obi-Wan play. Okay, well, apparently I'm wrong. So we get in for 2 and send that back. I really have not seen them play that card at all. Okay, Rhydonium's going to be pretty important for us. No, we ideally do not want to Beguile, but because they have this Consular and they're doing ridiculous stuff and addressing our space unit, of course, they have the perfect hand. I feel like every time I've played against this deck recently, they've had the perfect hand with this start, and it's just kind of ridiculous. Do we play Droid Laser or Val? I feel like Emissary is just going to die. Not if we put a shield on it. Then he'd have to have an ambush unit for Val. He could have Blue Leader. Put a shield on Jedi Consular. I don't really care about that if he kills it. Do we really care about protecting Emissary, though? No, I think we care more about protecting that. Yeah, Rhydonium is going to be important in this matchup. It's going to be one of our most important cards. Okay, yeah. He's just playing ridiculous stuff. That's fine, though. We're going to play Rhydonium this turn, so I am okay with that. He gets 1 resource if he kills this. Okay, that's totally fine. Get in for 2. We're going to give him Droid Laser. He gets in for 3. Going to deploy Beckett. Defeat. No, we're going to pass on that just because we really have to play Rhydonium. Okay, and this is how we close the game out. We could have done it after a sudden ferocity, but are we going Holler? We know they have the Ghost. Oh no, they had the Ghost. Okay, maybe we go double Holler here, or maybe we go Shielded Val, or Bith Brute Shielded. Some options here. We know they have Ground Sentinels. I feel like I want options. I think we're playing the 2 Haulers this turn. Okay, there's a card. Not what we wanted to see. Could pay the Bith Brute plus a Hauler, but it just dies. Finn would have been nice to have here. It's okay. We're going to go Hauler. Take 3. At this point, it's just we really need like Galen Urso. But we can lower its HP, though, just because we have Kersantin. Okay. That's not bad. This can take a hit, I guess. Hona's not bad, but we're not getting through these Sentinels. We want to keep Rio Durant, so we're probably playing... I mean, Bith's just dying. I really don't see us playing Hona. I think we're just racing them. Is he killing Beckett, or is he killing a hauler? He is killing Beckett, okay. So we can take 5. I don't think we care. Yeah, we just want to get him for damage. And then if he kills one, we... Yeah. How do you choose Shatterpoint? Right. So we play the Trog. Pass on that. Okay. I mean, we play this and then we claim. He gets the hauler. We can steal it right back after we attack in. Another hauler. There's Kersantin too, which we have here. So we go here for 4. Aggressive Negotiations would have been nice. Okay, that's a card. He gained 5 damage from his base. So we kill Obi-Wan, get in for 2, threaten lethal. Get hauler next turn. Since he keeps stealing our haulers. Whatever you force me to do. Yeah. Claim. If we find aggressive negotiations, we just win. So he's only got 9 life left. No aggressive negotiations. Of course, we don't find it. Which is unfortunate. So we go here. Attack. If he attacks him with Yoda or uses the Force or something. I mean, we want him to attack with Yoda into Kersantin, honestly. The other option is we play our own Sentinel, give it to him, and then attack in, which would have been nice if we had the Triog still. We don't want to take 4 more from Hauler, do we? Trying to think how we do this. Just claim the Hauler, claim the initiative, yeah. Just kind of spread things around. Hauler with a shield he's got to have a shatter point. Okay, is that a shield? So we just kill the shield, right? I mean, is that what we're doing? We're just claiming? Because he's got to have a Sentinel on the ground or a shield on this. Because those aren't Sentinels. So we just claim. If he damages Yoda, that gives us another out with Kersantin. Yep, he's going shielded there. He's killing the force. Okay. Yeah. So he's in for 7, just enough. We can get in for 3, kill the Yaddle. Okay, sweet. We made it, but it was barely. Good game, good game. So yeah, Rhydonium is incredibly important in this matchup. This matchup is going to be everywhere. I have a 3rd copy in the sideboard for this matchup. I also have Galen Urso in here for this matchup. 2 in the main, 1 on the side. Those cards are extremely important after play testing this matchup a ton. As you see, like, we were able to handle it. Like, they had a big board. We flip into Rhydonium, clear their board. Tobias can take some hits from Obi-Wan. Sometimes we don't necessarily Rhydonium on the flip turn. Sometimes we do it the turn after so that we can, like, play the sudden ferocity, or play Val, things like that. But in this particular case, the board was, he had the, a board that was threatening us on multiple levels because he had such a strong start with the Jedi Consular. Like I said, every time I've been playing against this deck, they've had Jedi Consular turn 1. It's been kind of ridiculous. But this is a good example of how you navigate that matchup. We have lots of ways to get the hauler back. If they're spending their turn killing the hauler, that's fine because we're able to get back a shielded one. We're able to beguile, blade wing, all sorts of things to not have to worry about that. Yoda is definitely a problem. Bo-Katan can be a problem for sure. But yeah, we just get there with our ambush units, and Kersantin becomes very important in this matchup as well. That's why we held on to Kersantin for so long, because I envisioned us having this scenario where we're going to have to get through with overwhelmed damage. But good game, good game.